Hello and welcome to the Divisional round Gamepicks. Oh, shoot. Hot out the gates. Oh, jeez, man.
You know what time it is.
Oh, my
Man's
Lord.
trying to make a statement, bro. Standing on business today, huh, Chris?
Oh, my God.
Picante, spicy.
Oh, gosh. Oh, man. Chris, how was your week?
It's great, man. We're on the clock. A lot of talk going on about the Bears right
We're going to hear
now.
this for a
Still
while.
on the clock.
Hey, a lot of talk going on. My sources say Justin Fields, get out of town. They say that we're going to get rid of him. We're going to sell him to the highest bidder. Don't know how I feel about that. Probably draft Caleb Williams if that's the case. And we interviewed Cliff Kingsbury today to be our OC. I'm pretty excited about that. If that goes through, that would be awesome, I think. I know he didn't really look great as a head coach, but he's had a lot of success with quarterbacks, especially young quarterbacks in college. So if we do draft Caleb, that would be cool. I got to watch the Lions game with my dad over the weekend. That was fun. Bought him one of the NFC North champion shirts, so he was rocking that.
Did he enjoy it?
First thing he says is, like, you should have bought yourself one. And I was like, yeah, I'll buy one for the Bears next year when we win. So count on that. Can't wait for
Okay,
that.
Dak Prescott.
But
When we get the next show.
Yeah.
but no, Lions got the win. I was rooting for the Lions. Lions got the win. Pretty
yeah.
close game.
Oh, gosh.
They snapped the longest record for playoff losses, and I believe that's owned by somebody sitting here.
It is.
No, that's all. Go ahead.
That's all. Yeah, the Dolphins are now
Shots fired.
the team with the longest drought in terms of having playoff wins. It sucks.
Sorry.
Yeah.
What
You
a
know,
way to
I'm
start.
glad. I'm really glad for the Lions for doing that. Puts a lot of pressure on the Dolphins now. Like now, next year they got to go out and do it. So
I did not know that fact going into the game.
Oh, you didn't?
I only have found that out since they've won.
Yeah, the Dolphins
Dolphins
essentially
have
haven't
lost.
won a playoff game
Yeah.
since I've been alive. Essentially, yeah, which is brutal.
What year was that?
The last time they won was like 2000 or 2002. Like it's been 24 years since they.
What year were you born?
I was born in '98.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so like it was. I think it was 2000. Yeah, that would make sense. 24
Okay,
years. We're in
yeah.
2024. Anyways,
Yeah.
yeah, Dolphins, bad loss against the Kansas City Chiefs last week. We, like Chris said, have the longest drought in terms of playoff wins. And, yeah, it really freaking sucks over here right now. But in reality, a lot of injuries. I'm not saying that's the reason we lost. They just flat out did not perform well against the Kansas City Chiefs. And, yeah, so now we're going to keep it moving.
Fins
We're gonna rise up and bring up some spirits
Only
here.
man alive.
Yeah, we got the winner's
Last
corner
man
over
standing.
here, baby. This guy right here, big winner. Oh my God, we beat the brakes off the Dallas Cowboys, and it feels freaking fantastic. I am so pumped. I know we're playing San Francisco this week, and we have a lot of history with them. Being 0-4 in our last 4 times playing them in the playoffs, but. It is a new era, damn it. All other quarterbacks against the 49ers in the playoffs are 4-1. We're led by Aaron Rodgers, 0-4. So we'll see what happens. Hoping this young team can finally do something positive, even though that they already won a playoff game, and I'm very excited with what we're doing right now. But, man, let's just keep it going. I'm not ready for the season to end. We look way too good. I'm so hyped right now. Like, let's go. The love for football is way back.
Was that the best performance by a person in their first playoff game ever, you think? Jordan Love?
Technically, C.J. Stroud had 2 more yards than him, but they had the same completion. Like, their stats are damn near similar, except for 2 or 3 more yards. But so I don't think so. But for the Green Bay Packers, like first starting quarterback in our franchise, yeah, definitely is better than Rodgers, better than Favre.
But
I think.
Could it have been said that it was an Aaron Jones game?
I think it could say it was both for sure.
Both.
They both had 3
I just think it was
touchdowns.
a great overall team win.
Yeah.
You guys did well on all phases. running the ball, passing the ball, defending.
Mm-hmm.
And they got a pick six. They got 2 interceptions. If I'm a Packers fan, I'm on top of the world.
Yeah.
Which I don't blame you for being.
I am.
I expected you guys to score in the high 20s or maybe low 30s, but I did not think that defense would hold up at all. I had no faith in the Packers defense, and bro, the Dallas Cowboys were never in that game.
No.
Never.
Not from the
What was
opening
it,
drive.
27-0, 21-0
Pretty
or
much at
something?
half.
Yeah,
like
it
that?
was 27-10, I think, at halftime.
And like I was like, okay, they're gonna come back. The Cowboys are gonna make this a game.
Yeah.
Never.
No.
Yeah, I like at the beginning of the game, literally like I had the volume on, and they were like, Packers probably like trying to do their best to keep Dallas's offense off the field. Dallas typically would get the ball first and put together a good drive and play it from ahead, and the Green Bay Packers took the opportunity away from them. And the commentators, I think it was Greg Olson and this other guy, and they were just like gushing about it. They're like, what a brilliant move by Matt LaFleur. Like, I'm like, I agree. Like, you go into their place, you get the ball, and you punch them in the mouth, and then keep on punching them and beat them down. And that's
Amazing what happens when a guy
did.
does exactly what he's coached to do.
Yeah.
He's a good coach. I feel like he doesn't get talked about enough. Like he's won a lot, especially in the regular season. Like maybe not so much playoff
It was like
success,
last year, his
but
only year without the playoffs, and his first tenure as a head coach with the Packers.
And honestly,
That's
like
crazy.
this is just like this is his best coaching performance.
Hell yeah!
Because like you can credit Aaron Rodgers for like a lot of those wins previously.
No, you can't.
This is purely like LaFleur, like understanding like how to get his guys in the right spots, and like there's been a lot of ups and downs for the Packers this season, and they've been doing good. But let's keep it moving so we can talk about the Packers later because we got a game coming up. We got the standings. Yadian is still on top, 180-98 overall. Had a 3-3 week. We'll talk about best performers in a second, but then we got Steve in second place, 175-103, pulling through at the very finish here for Steve. He just climbed up that leaderboard in the last couple of weeks. After a 4-2 week, I did not do so well. Now I'm 171-107, tied with Hector. I went 2-4. Hector went 3-3. And then let's take it to one of our bigger risers too, Joey.
Hey, in the top 5, higher top 5, I guess. Tied with Troy. Hopped Chris. Maybe I'll hop you next. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
We're gonna have to wait and see.
keep on.
But yeah,
Yeah, let's
Joey
see.
had a 169-109 overall record, 4-2 last week. The Packers win definitely helped out there. I will just say that. And then Chris, what do you got?
Yeah, Joey had a great week, 4-2. That was one of the top performers, along with Steve and DJ.
Yes, sir, DJ.
DJ, thanks for keeping on with us throughout the year. Keep on picking. I had a 500 week. I went 3-3. I'm still at 166, 112. I'm below Joey and Troy in 6th place.
There we go. All right, and now let's take it to the first game. The first game is on Saturday at 4:30, and it is a big one in the AFC. The Baltimore Ravens finally host their first playoff game this season. The Houston Texans are going to Baltimore, and man, this is like one of these teams is starting the season and ending the season against the same team, which is absolutely crazy. Both of these teams opened up their season against each other, and we didn't expect C.J. Stroud to have quite the year that he's having. If we're all being real here, I mean, like we probably all thought like he could do pretty well, but not to the extent that he's been doing. Let's be real here. But this Baltimore Ravens team is led by a MVP favorite in Lamar Jackson, and rightfully so. But they're favored by -9 points is the spread for them. I think that's a little steep, but I'm a little nervous for this Houston Texans team. I never like it when a team outscores another team by so many points, especially in a playoff game. I think that's just like danger waiting to happen. But I think they wanted to make a point. They knew they were going to go to Baltimore should have the Dolphins lost, and they did. And then I think this is a good spot for the Houston Texans, but they don't get the win here. The Baltimore Ravens come out. They're pretty hungry. They've been waiting for this for a while. You know, being the number 1 seed, they're going to have some choice words for this Houston Texans team. And if they don't come out well, then this is very, very concerning for the legacy of Lamar Jackson, which don't want to start that conversation, but I'm definitely just a little nervous for him in that sense, like lack of playoff success.
I love Lamar. Shout out Pompano, my first home down here in South Florida. I love Lamar. I think the Ravens are going to win this game. It is unfortunate because I also have really enjoyed watching C.J. Stroud this year. I think I take a look at that score for over-under, and I say take the over, bro.
43.5?
Yeah, I would say so. I think both teams will be able to put up some sort of points, although the Baltimore Ravens defense is crazy good. So they might rattle the Texans up a little bit, who aren't at full strength. Ravens are sort of without Mark Andrews, but likely's kind of slid in pretty nicely there. I think they're the overall, obviously, one of the best teams left in the playoffs. I think they're going to get the win at home, and hopefully they just aren't rusty, you know? Like, hopefully it wasn't too much time off.
I think it was well needed, the time off, honestly. Like, you
Get
gotta,
healthy.
you gotta have to. Go ahead, Joey. What do you got here?
I think I got to rock with the Baltimore Ravens as well. They've been on, one of the best teams in the NFL all year, if not the best team. Houston, incredible performance against the Browns last week. 2 back-to-back pick sixes on Joe Flacco. Really tough for me to pick against Houston. I really do enjoy watching them play. But I'm rocking with the Baltimore Ravens here.
Let's go. All right, what we got next, Joey?
All right, we got the Green Bay Packers and the San Francisco 49ers in the divisional round of the NFC, the first NFC playoff game at 8:15 on Saturday night.
Yeah.
Yeah. I am freaking pumped for this game. I'm hoping it's not a blowout fashion like all the other San Francisco and Green Bay playoff games I've ever experienced. This is a new team. This is a new era, and I hope they act like it. And I'm going to rock with the Green Bay Packers here. We proved that we can hang with the best of the best, and we can lose the worst of the worst. So we'll see what Green Bay Packers team comes out on Saturday night, but I'm hoping that Jordan Love has another incredible performance. He just keeps having best game after best game after best game after best game. I hope that the hype doesn't get to him, and he just keep going because he's such a humble player. And I'm loving it. I'm not ready to let this team not play anymore. I'm having a ball watching the Green Bay Packers, and I want to see them play next week.
Honestly, let's see if we can keep it rolling. I'm a little nervous, though. They are playing the San Francisco 49ers, and they've been pretty much a buzzsaw. Right now, it's only you and Andres picking with the Packers, which I don't blame you. If I were in your shoes, I would probably do the same thing, especially at this point in the season. You kind of have to keep on riding with your boys. Man, this 49ers team, it's similar to like the Ravens, what Chris said. Like, I don't want them to come out and have like a lot of rust on them. They've kind of had hiccups in the previous years in the playoffs, and I think, if things don't go right for them this time, like it's a really bad sign in San Francisco because they've really wasted a really good squad that they have. Like overall, their specialty players, like their receivers, running backs, etc. They've all been great. The defense is really solid. Adding Chase Young was just absolutely stellar for that defense. But kudos to this Packers team. They really proved me wrong, and it's really hard for me to go against them. I'm going to go with the San Francisco 49ers, but man, oh man, I will be rooting for the Green Bay Packers because it's a really fun story to follow and just, youngest team in the NFL, and they're just proving everyone wrong. So I hope they do prove me wrong, just for the sake of Joey's mental health. But in reality, I think the 49ers take it, but I think it should be close. -9.5, I would slam probably the Packers plus money, plus spread on that.
Yeah, shout out to the Packers for having a great year. But it ends here. 49ers are going to kill you guys. And I'm sorry. It's not going to be fun for you, Joey. But that being said, you're still alive. Have a good time. Have a few drinks. Enjoy it. You know what I mean? Enjoy being in the moment. But it's going to crush you because this 49ers team is by far the best team in the NFL. And you could say Brock Purdy isn't a Super Bowl winning quarterback, but everybody else around him is a freaking star. Defense, offense, all across the board. 49ers are going to win this one. And it comes down to seeding. Honestly, I probably would have taken the Packers if they played Tampa, and I really would have probably considered it against Detroit, too. It just came down to seeding in this one. You matched up with the best team that's left, and I think it's not going to be pretty.
So you're saying they're not going to play the Lions in the next round?
Nope.
Hey, man, if you want to be the best, you got to beat the best.
Yeah.
All I'm saying.
Yeah.
Hopefully we do it.
I don't know.
There we go. I mean, you have to. I mean, you have no choice. You're the 7th seed. Like, you have to go to play that number 1 seed if you advance, and they did. So
We're playing with house money.
Hey.
We have
Yeah.
nothing to lose.
there we go. Who isn't
Maybe
playing with house
this
money?
is like that scene in Rocky where his wife's like, "You can't win. He's gonna kill you." And then you guys come out swinging and you win. And maybe that's what it comes down to. It's blow after blow for this game. I don't think so. I think it's going to be a blowout. Let's move on. Next game. Tampa Bay Buccaneers Sunday are traveling to Detroit. And do you think it's going to be cold there when they
That
play?
stupid ass question.
Did you see Bryan Cranston before the game?
No.
Oh gosh, he was like in the stadium.
A scarf.
Yeah, he was like in the stadium, all bundled up with a scarf, beanie, hoodie on. Like, he's like, yeah, they told me, it's really cold here in Detroit,
Oh,
but
God.
no one told me it's a dome stadium. I'm like, I get it. He's trying to be funny. Like, it was definitely kind of funny, but at the same time, I'm like watching it. I'm like,
Nobody told the reporter in
Yeah.
the post game press conference or the press conference during the
Yeah.
week for the Buccaneers.
That's what I was referencing.
Yeah.
Some reporter asked Todd Bowles, like, the Kansas City-Miami game or something like that, or weather's
for real?
impacted a bunch of games lately. How do you think the Buccaneers coming from Florida are going to deal with the weather in Detroit? And he's like, we play in a dome, right? Like, you know how he sounds, right?
yeah.
He's like, so
You know
they're
we
only
play
going
in
to be
a dome.
outside for like a 20 seconds. From
He's
the
like,
bus,
so we're only going to be outside from the bus to the dome, so I think we're going to be all right. And then, I don't know. Terrible reporting. Whoever that is, not great. I'm going to take Detroit in this game. I think they are the superior team here. Tampa Bay's put up some real stinkers this year as far as points. Although their secondary is spotty, not very good, Detroit's, but I'm still going to rock with Detroit. I think they can outscore them for sure. But Baker Mayfield's a little scary. But he's a little banged up. He's a little hurt. But I'm going to take Detroit.
I think I'm going to rock with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers here.
Why?
They showed a lot of promise against the Eagles. I know they've had a lot of shaky games throughout the season. Detroit on fire, but they almost lost to the Rams too. It was a 1-point game. And I really like what the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have going on offense, especially their weapons. A lot of those guys have been here before. They know how to play and they know how to act. And I think I'm rocking with experience, and I'm rocking with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on this one.
This game is like terrifying to pick, honestly.
You think?
Yes. What? Like, as much as like I love the Detroit Lions and like what they've been about all season long, the fact is, like, I get it. Like, the Rams were like one of those teams you didn't want to play in the playoffs, and like they gave them a run for their money, right? But this Tampa Bay team, like, I get it. I don't want to be like too hyped on like the win against the Eagles, but they're legit. If you give them the opportunity to, like, they could ball out. I don't think Detroit plays such lackadaisical defense. I think they make a lot of tackles. I think they're gonna bite some kneecaps, So
Hell yeah.
in that sense, I'm gonna go with the Lions. But I'm nervous, man. This has a recipe for disaster for this Detroit Lions team. Like, really ending like shitting on the parade, essentially, right? And then the only way that they can make this worse is if they lose and then the Packers win, because then it's Green Bay versus Tampa.
The
For the
successful
NFC
bowl.
Championship, if that's the case. And that would be crazy. I would lose my mind if that's the NFC Championship. Oh, man.
You know what makes me nervous is Mike Evans dropped a lot of balls last week.
Yeah, but
And
good.
and he might have like a Mike Evans type game. If you've ever had him in fantasy, he'll have some bad weeks in a row, but then all of a sudden he has 185 yards and 2 touchdowns. So this secondary is not that great for Detroit, although the front line is pretty decent. I don't think they're going to be able to run the ball very good, the Buccaneers against Detroit, but these wide receivers against that secondary does scare me a little bit.
Oh, man. I think it should be a good one there for Tampa Bay, Detroit. But we're going to keep it moving to a game I absolutely hate. The team that just knocked out the Dolphins and the team that took the AFC East from the Dolphins. We have the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Buffalo Bills. Man, oh, man, this is disgusting. I'm not too certain about the weather conditions in Buffalo. I don't know if they're going to have to delay the game again. and because of massive amount of snow. It's looking like 20 degrees, a little overcast. I don't think it should be anything too worrisome. This is the first playoff game that Patrick Mahomes plays on the road, aside from like neutral site games, aka the Super Bowl. So put that in perspective. This guy has won 2 Super Bowls, been to 3, and has never played a road playoff game. That's pretty insane, right? And then the fact of the matter is they're playing this Buffalo Bills team for, the 3rd time in a row in the playoffs? It's a little annoying. I get it. But people are comparing this to, like, the new passing of the torch of, like, the great quarterbacks of that.
Peyton and Brady.
Yeah, Peyton and Brady, like, Elway, Montana, all these other guys. Like, it's just, like, I agree. And if they keep on meeting in the playoffs like this, like, why not? I kind of like that this is the first time it is in Buffalo because, going to the road to Arrowhead all the time must suck for this Bills team. But what's going to suck even worse is when they lose this playoff game.
Man.
Gosh. Man, the look on this Bills Mafia face when they lose this game and keep on losing to the fate of Josh Allen. Patrick Mahomes. There you go. Well, they might lose to Josh Allen.
Yeah, Josh Allen might lose it himself. You know how I feel about him.
Nah, honestly, I'm really hoping this is going to be like the best game, especially since it's the last game on Sunday. And just like, just fireworks going off at the very end. Like, I want it to be a close game. That's what Vegas has it at, -3 for Buffalo Bills. So, in all reality, this Kansas City team, I think the Bills play them way different than the Dolphins. I think the Bills are actually going to contest the receivers and not let them, like, run scot-free the whole time on the defensive side of the ball. So, let's see if that's the case. But I think it's going to come down to the running game. Pacheco looking pretty good. So, let's see what happens there. But who wants to go next? I see we got Chris.
Oh, pass her on down. Yeah, I'm going to flip the script on you, even though you kind of said it yourself. I'm going to take Josh Allen and these Buffalo Bills. They're like the hottest team right now, honestly, going into the playoffs. And obviously, they just got a big win last week. They're riding high. Josh Allen does scare me a bit. And obviously, Patrick Mahomes, I think, is going to go down as one of the great quarterbacks of all time. But Taylor Swift in the tundra. Not loving it. Give me the Bills. Bills are going to win this game and get one back. They've been tortured by this Chiefs team. It's time that they won one. I don't know if they can beat the Ravens in the next game if they do win this one, but for the time being, give me the Bills.
There was like a tweet of like someone just like shocked looking at like a shitty place, like a shitty hotel room, and it's like Taylor Swift checking into the finest hotel in Buffalo, and she was just like what?
Yeah, she always has her mouth open with red lipstick. She looks like a blow-up doll. I'm going to rock with the Buffalo Bills to hopefully pop that blow-up doll and the hopes of the Kansas City Chiefs fans. I can't stand them since Taylor Swift has gone into the picture. Honestly, couldn't stand them a little bit before then. They were kind of like the forced Super Bowl champions for a while, kind of becoming the new Patriots in a sense. Hate them. Going with the Buffalo Bills, not a fan of them either in the playoffs. You know how I feel about Josh Allen. I don't think he's very clutch. And I wouldn't be surprised if he blew this game. But hey, why not? It's got to be some time for the Buffalo Bills, and why not now, right? This is the year of redemption for a lot of teams. And
why not now?
I think, why not now?
Why not
Let's
us?
go, Buffalo. Hey.
I just think like something's got to give, and it's the Bills being at home. That's the thing that's going to be like the main difference here for me. I just really want to see how Mahomes handles himself on the road in the playoffs. Like, you've seen him in the Super Bowls. Like, he's damn near like
Bills
like
fans
playing
throwing
like
snowballs.
Superman. Yeah, if the Bills are throwing snowballs.
Shut up, Buffalo chips.
Hey, there you go. Shout out to Buffalo Chips. Maybe I'll swing by there if I'm in a good mood with the Packers win. If not, I'm done with football. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, low key in that mood.
Yeah,
right
you
now.
know what I mean? Oh, yeah.
Not me, dude. Bears are on the clock.
They're on the clock,
baby.
man.
We're the most exciting team that's not in the playoffs right now.
That's very true.
Yeah, whatever helps you sleep at night.
Hey, it does.
All
Bulls
right.
just won too. Woo!
Woo! Yeah, the Heat lost to
Yeah, we weren't gonna.
Siakam-less Raptors.
I was
Bucks
hoping.
have been terrible
I was
recently.
hoping
so I
we
need
weren't gonna do
Packers
the
to
same
come through.
thing
And
because
then-
we played them tonight. And it was pretty close. So.
and then the Panthers lost in OT to the Red Wings. I mean, just horrible week for South Florida sports fans, huh?
I had to root for the Red Wings. I have a pair.
There we go. All right, that concludes the game picks. If we want to talk about a little extra stuff, we can. I'll give Joey the floor and let him divulge about his Packers one last time.
I mean, I already said what needs to be said. We got to go in there and do what we got to do. Run the ball. Don't get beat on the back end. Don't get, O-line, tight ends, block like your life depends on it because the cavalry is coming. Last week, 0 sacks, though, against Micah Parsons and company, so I was kind of happy about that. But, yeah, man, let's go Pack Go, bro. Like, we're playing with house money here with a trip to Vegas. Not a lot to expect. Fuck you, Chris. All I got to say is we're not expected to win. Hell, I might not really even expect us to win, but I'm hoping. Yeah. And that's all we can do. We've had hope all year, and it's going to continue.
Stay golden, Johnny boy.
Exactly. Stay golden, pony boy.
Any last words, Chris?
Hey, man, we're on the clock. So
you don't have to talk necessarily about your team.
No, I mean, I hope the Lions win, honestly. That would be cool to keep them winning. And honestly, if they could beat the 49ers, my dad promised we'll go to the Super Bowl. So I'm here for it. Keep running it up. Keep looking great.
So don't you want them to play the Packers if you think it's going to be like the easiest path there?
No, we want to be the best. We got to beat the best.
Okay.
Apparently, that's what the Dolphins don't know how to do. Only getting one win against a single 500 team. Yeah, Dolphins not looking good. One last thing about the playoffs. So the Houston-Baltimore game, that game's on ESPN and ABC. Green Bay, San Francisco, that is on Fox. And then Tampa Bay, Detroit on NBC. And then Kansas City and Buffalo on CBS. So that's where you guys can watch the games. I'm probably not going to – I'm going to try to avoid watching some of these games, honestly.
Is that why you wanted to golf?
Yeah. My golfing career picks up again this week, honestly.
Oh,
we
man.
got to.
Yo,
We're gonna hit the links.
Shout out Steve, bro, for the website and all
Yes,
that,
sir.
letting us make our picks all year long. We haven't mentioned him in a while, but shout out Steve and
Shout out to Steve.
and affiliated. Hopefully your Ravens get a big win.
Yeah. If the Dolphins would have won this week, they would have gone to play Baltimore.
That
And
would've
probably
been cool.
would have gone to see Steve because Steve is a big Baltimore Ravens fan. So hopefully the Ravens can get a win there for Steve. That'll be absolutely
Send us
awesome.
a video if you go to the game. We'll throw it in the show. That would be cool.
Yeah, that'll be sick. Alrighty, ladies and gents, thank you for watching. This has concluded the divisional round picks. Come back next week for the championship round, where we'll have 2 more games. And then, last but not least, the Super Bowl after that. So, hope you guys stay tuned and be excited. Chris is just rocking out until he's on the clock, baby. There we go.
Peace.
Peace.